Yeah, it was definitely one hell of a performance. I played really well today. Yeah, I just came out there and I just believed I can do it. It helps that I played him a couple times. I haven't played him in some years, and I was different. I'm a different person now, a different player, and I went out there trying to get a dub, and that's what I did.
Got the W. Willie?
Willie Weinbaum from ESPN. Congratulations, Francis. What is most satisfying for you at this moment about what you accomplished today against the player you did it against and the opportunity you had?
Kind of both, yeah, right? I mean, yeah, for a while there, like, I was like, well, geez, you see all these young guys, get Rafa and Fed and Novak. I was like, am I ever going to be able to, say I beat one of them? And so, today I was like, nah, I'm going to do that. And so now it's something to tell the kids, the grandkids, yeah, I beat Rafa. Hopefully I never play him again, but, yeah, I just hope I end with a win.
Okay, Howard?
Howard Fendrich with the Associated Press. Hi, Francis. When you spoke on court, you shouted out a bunch of people who were here today for you, including your parents. Could you explain why it was important for you that they were there today? And I'm sure you've told this story many times, but if you wouldn't mind giving us a little bit of background about their journey and yours with their help to where you are today.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a son of immigrants. Both parents grew up in Sierra Leone, born and raised Sierra Leone. Came to the States early 90s, late 80s, around there, whatever. And they met here and had me and my twin brother. And, my dad being a maintenance worker at a club, helped building a club, 99. Mom being a nurse, working 2 jobs, working overtime through the nights. And it was, I mean, us being around tennis was kind of gets us, getting out of, our neighborhood. My dad kind of being able to watch us. It wasn't anything supposed to be like this. And then once we got in the game of tennis, it was like, my dad was like, it'd be awesome if you guys can use this as a full scholarship to school, because, I mean, we couldn't, afford a university, so use the game of tennis. And, I just, that time watching, Serena and Venus play finals of Grand Slams at that time, and when I was super young, and I was like, how cool it would be to play Wimbledon, to play, on Arthur Ashe and stuff like that. And, I just had a big passion for the game, and not even mainly for me, just to do it for them, and to see them experience me beat Rafa Nadal. They see me have, big wins, but, to beat, those Mount Rushmore guys, for them, I couldn't imagine what was going through their heads. So, I mean, they're going to remember today for the rest of their life.
Okay, Matt?
Matt Futterman from the New York Times. What were some of the things you were telling yourself, either while you were lying in bed last night and this morning as you were getting ready, this afternoon as you were getting ready to take the court, and then through the match as the match was proceeding, and it was tight and it was a battle? Yeah,
like the biggest thing with things like that is like the times I played them before, I got broken so early in each set. I was like, if I can just hold serve, 1-all, 2-all, 3-all, and then you start feeling all right. Then you kind of like you just play like you're in the match. I think these guys are such good front runners, and I never really gave myself a chance last couple times I played them. So that was like my main thing. Night before, I was fine, just watching TV. So I was watching Nick put on a show last night, and then this morning I woke up. I was like, God, it's early. I'm tired. I like to play later in the day, so I wasn't really thinking about the match at all. I'm not a morning person at all. So, but yeah, I mean, I felt pretty relaxed. I mean, I woke up. Once I actually woke up, I was like, I just want to win a tennis match today. It's pretty relevant. Rafa's on the other side. Last 3 years I've been in the 4th round, and I wanted to go a step further. That was kind of like my focus.
Mark?
Mark Berman, New York Post. Did you see LeBron James's tweet?
Man, I was losing it in the locker room, bro. I was going crazy. I mean, that's my guy. So to see him post that, I was like, do I retweet it as soon as he sent it? I was like, what? I'm gonna be cool and act like I didn't see it, and then retweet it maybe like 3 hours later. But obviously, like, he knows I'm a big fan of his. Got a text from Rich Paul as well. So I mean, that's super cool. I mean, the fact that they're watching right now is perfect time. The U.S. Open's always perfect time because there's no real sports really going on, so people can focus on tennis, which is great.
You're a Wizards fan, though, right?
Wizards fan, so obviously you saw Bradley Beal in there. His first tennis match, that was super cool. You know, talking to him after. Yeah, he wants to come again, so it was cool. Special day for me.
Ava.
Francis, Ava Wallace, The Washington Post. Francis, it was pretty obvious kind of what physical effort this required from you, especially you've been working on the fitness for so many years, but what type of mental challenge was this for you, either in terms of like willpower or just focus to stay in it for over 3 hours?
Yeah, it's just like, I feel fit. Like my fitness is solid right now. I've slimmed out a lot. I've really put the time in with that, but I guess the mental capacity, like, because Rafa's there every point. And, you know, I've been known to have some dips in my game at times where it's like, you watch and you're like, what's that? And that was kind of my thing. I was just like, it's max intensity. Like, you know, even when I got broken in the fourth, like, get pissed or whatever, but like, stay in it. Like, just stay with him, stay in it. And that's what I was able to do. And, yeah, it was big.
Reem.
Hi Francis, congrats. Rima Boulay from Eurosport.com. Earlier in the tournament, you said you were happy to fly under the radar, get cheeky with them.
Yeah, now that's over, man. I was thinking about that. Now that's over. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, now
You got what I meant.
yeah. Now there's no dark horse anymore. It's nah, I'm joking. It's all good, but it helped me play well, you know, and it helped me kind of play well. But even now, I mean, I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of doing these next couple matches. But if that happens, but I still feel no pressure. I still feel like I'm not supposed to do anything. I'm just here trying to play great tennis and enjoy it. I'm having fun out there, as you can see.
But is there an element of satisfaction that you get to do it on the biggest stage, on that stadium, and people are watching and people know what you're capable of?
Absolutely. I don't think that win here obviously is insane. You know, like Labor Day Monday, it was packed. I mean, it was totally packed. The crowd was insane. I wouldn't probably want to beat Rafa anywhere else. I mean, maybe center court Wimbledon. I've never played on center court Wimbledon, but those two, I think those are the two pinnacles of tennis, these two slams.
Chris.
Francis, Chris Otto with US Open. Congrats. So many incredible emotions after match point. I just wondered what you were thinking and feeling at that time.
I wasn't thinking anything. I was just telling my agent, I felt like the world stopped. I couldn't hear anything for a minute. I was like, oh my God. Like, even shaking his hand, I don't even know what I said to him. Like, I was just like, it was such a blur, and like, I was already tearing, so like I could barely see him and like my team. I was like, everyone's up, and it was just wild. Like, my heart's going 1,000 miles an hour. I was so excited. I was like, let me sit down. But yeah, I've never felt something like that in my life, honestly.
Francis, Dan Wolkin, USA Today. You said a minute ago you feel like you're still not supposed to do anything, but you know, every player left in this draw has to feel like they have an opportunity to win this tournament at this stage, and you don't have any more, you know, big three in the draw. How do you think that's going to play with the remaining guys, you know, mentally?
Yeah, everyone's looking at it like, I'm sure everyone's looking at lips at it like, here we go, right? So am I, but I'm just taking it day by day, and yeah, slams, crazy things can happen, especially here in New York. So, yeah, it's gonna be a fun ride come Wednesday.
Rob Moore from The Sun in the UK. At some stage, the big three will have to retire. How do you assess
Saying that for how many years now?
but how do you assess the generation that's coming through? This quarterfinal lineup looks like that next generation. How do you assess that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick playing great tennis is great for tennis. You see him packing stadiums where he's playing singles, doubles, you know, whatever. Alcaraz is a great personality center. Myself, people get behind me. I think, and even though the American guys, Tommy, Fritz, I think there's a ton of guys playing great tennis. I don't think it'll be a big three. I think it'll be like a big 12. I mean, there's a bunch of guys playing great tennis. And I think it's good. I mean, for sure, you'll probably have someone who probably like cement and be at the top. That's still kind of happening. And we'll see who that person's going to be. But it's cool. It's cool to see a new era.
Tamani.
You mentioned earlier that you've been to the fourth round 3 years in a row, and obviously also Wimbledon, the fourth round. Just wondering how that kind of helped you but also how kind of desperate were you to go past them?
Yeah, I mean, it helped that I'd been in quarterfinal before in the slam, but yeah, like I was getting a lot of posts like, oh, 4th round 3 years in a row. I was like, it's kind of tough. It's kind of cool, but like, I mean, quarters, semi sounds better, right? Like, so. But yeah, I mean, obviously I had a tough customer today too, so I was like, shit, it might be 3 years in a row. But I mean, I'm starting to know how to like really like come to slams and be ready, and I think my first getting to the second week and not losing a set helps, like just things like that, just resting. Like I haven't went to dinner at once, doing like Uber Eats and stuff and just chilling. So yeah, I'm kind of just approaching this a lot different.
Okay, last question.
What's your Uber Eats? What would you go for?
Oh, sorry.
Say again, sorry.
What'd you go for with Uber Eats?
Oh, Morton Steak. Yeah, Morton Steakhouse. Yeah, I'm still eating well. I mean, don't worry about that. You know what I mean? We ain't eating Chick-fil-A or nothing like that, but you know, we still getting them good eats, but it's just in the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Francis, Kenny Ducey from NBC Sports. I'm curious, what in your assessment was the biggest difference between when you played Andre, you're playing him next round here, versus at Indian Wells? And do you feel like, you took Zverev 5 sets here, obviously you had the biggest one of your career here. Do you think playing in Arthur Ashe maybe gives you the advantage that you need in that matchup, or what was the biggest difference?
I mean, also when I played Andre, I just came back from injury. That was my first. I took like 6 weeks off. It was my first time back. He was playing really well, so I wasn't as confident. He played well. He was a better player on the day, but I mean, we're both in the quarterfinals of Slam. I'm going to be playing a lot better. I'm going to have the crowd with me. It makes a big difference, and there's a lot more at stake. So it's a totally different match. I feel like. Yeah, it's going to be a wild one if last year has any indication.